Michael in Maryland, you're on with Don and Matt.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
All right.
What do you got for us?
The teaching of Lucifer and who Lucifer really was.
Why would I care? I don't.
The church has taught it wrong for centuries.
Okay, which church has got it wrong, and why would I care? I mean, I don't believe there is a Lucifer, so.
Exactly. My statement exactly. Every church has been teaching it wrong.
Okay, how do you know that?
Because I have the evidence.
Okay, evidence for what?
That the scriptures are wrong, what it's saying.
We don't care about scriptures terribly much.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm happy to let you prove Scripture's wrong. I'm just wondering what the point is. But go ahead. What evidence do you have that? I don't even know how to ask the question. Hi, welcome to the show. Let's start over. What's your point?
Okay, here's the point. The word Lucifer is only found one place in the Bible. It's found in Isaiah 14. It's a Latin word found in the English King James Bible, used all throughout the centuries to teach that some erroneous teaching of Satan fallen from heaven, as if there ever was a Satan or a Lucifer in heaven.
You know, Isaiah wasn't originally written in Latin, right?
Exactly. It was written in Aramaic and Hebrew.
It was Hebrew, yeah, but okay. So they translated it and included a word. We're on the same page there.
Yeah, put a Latin word in that King James Bible from the original.
From what original? We don't have any originals. And the King James Bible wasn't written from originals either. The King James Bible was written from the Septuagint and the Masoretic texts, neither of which are original. We don't have any originals.
Exactly. We don't have no original from.
Okay, so how can you possibly say that you know what the originals are when we don't have them?
I'm just talking about the scripture itself, what they have put out through the centuries.
Who's they?
I mean, even if we don't have the originals, or we do have the originals. I mean, the oldest text, I guess, is the Codex, the Dead Sea Scrolls, I believe, right now.
I don't know, but the Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean, you're talking about Old Testament type stuff there, and they're incomplete. But what's the point?
The whole point is that what the church has been teaching has been wrong.
Which church, and how do you know?
All the churches.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Catholic, Baptist.
Okay, I agree that what they're teaching isn't reasonable to accept, but you know, have you got the truth or something?
Do you want to hear it?
Do you have it?
We'd rather hear why you think you have the truth and what you're pontificating about.
Are you
I know you come from a religious background and you know scriptures, right?
Some of them, yeah.
Now, you probably studied pretty well.
Found my way out, so yeah, I studied pretty well.
Okay. Well, I grew up and I never wanted to go to church, and I found my life in prison for about 15 years. And it wasn't until I was 38 until I did read this word, which I didn't believe in. And I didn't believe that, God sent it to man, inspired by man, and was written by man, inspired by God. I didn't believe all that nonsense.
Okay. And do you believe it now?
Yeah, I believe in God. I believe there's a God, a creator.
Why?
Well, there is no physical evidence. Nobody has physical evidence. Not one single soul that I've ever talked to ever produced.
Hey, you know that you're
here.
While I think it's probably reasonable to infer that nobody has physical evidence for a God, you do realize that the sample set of people you've talked to is not particularly impressive.
I've talked to atheists. I've talked to Mormons. I've talked to Muslims. I've talked to Hebrews.
Me too. You think you've talked to more people than I have?
Religion out there.
You think you've talked to more people than I have?
I don't know. I've talked to a whole lot of them.
Okay. I doubt you've talked to more people about this than I have, and even my sample size is poor. But what is the? So you've got the truth now, and you have a belief. So the question is, what do you believe and why?
What do I believe in?
What do you believe and why?
Oh, well, I thought we were talking about Lucifer.
I don't give a rat's ass about Lucifer. I don't think he's real.
We don't have any skin in that game.
Why wouldn't you call and ask me about Lord Voldemort or somebody like that?
Yeah, it's a fictional story. You can debate stuff like that forever.
But you used to not believe, and now you believe, and I'd just kind of like to know why.
Well, how about this? Since you don't want to talk about Lucifer, let's talk about the Ark of Noah. And
How about this?
erroneous
Since
story.
I don't want to talk about Lucifer, we'll just go